And I'm Lacey Wilson.
And we are delighted that you joined us today. Brian in a control room just informed us that we are matching, and we are matching the intro. And I didn't plan on that.
We didn't plan it, but we're color coordinated that way.
And that's okay. I like being color coordinated. There it is. Who knew? Well, how was your day today?
It was actually pretty good. I've had a pretty good week. I joined a gym.
You did?
I did.
Which one?
Well, there's one downtown close by work, and they actually had a Groupon. So,
oh, that's awesome.
So I used it, and it's just for a 2-month kind of trial deal to get my feet wet. And there's another lady from work who's working out too. So.
Oh, so it's like a team thing.
Kind of a team thing, yeah. Strength in numbers, I guess.
Absolutely.
So how was your week?
It's been good. You know, today was beautiful.
It was.
Beautiful
It was really
outside.
nice weather.
Especially after yesterday was so gloomy, and then we had the threat of severe weather. I don't know, did it ever get severe at your house?
It didn't, but I think tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon it's supposed to be bad again. So
Unfortunately, we're approaching that time of year where you just don't know.
bad.
Sad news out of the Midwest about the strong storms.
Definitely. We're approaching the, in April will be the 1-year anniversary since the tornadoes we had here. So hopefully spring will be a lot more calm this
I
year.
hope so.
We had a calm winter too. So
Yeah, and
I was thankful for that.
interesting, they were reporting on the news, I can't remember if it was this week or last, that because we've had such a mild winter, bugs are actually going to be pretty bad this summer.
I wondered about that, and also about pollen, because if it's not cold enough for it to die off, does it come back worse, But I did see, too, that some of the gas companies, I think, are actually lowering their rates because it was so mild this winter.
The natural gas?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for a while I thought you meant
I wish. Can you
gasoline.
imagine that? I think it was $3.50 a gallon the last time I
And
filled
it's
up.
going to continue to go up. I heard that it could go up to $5.
It's supposed to be pretty bad this summer, so I'm guessing we'll all be trying to carpool. I don't know.
Maybe we could ride to work together.
We should. We could have a little parking lot in Fort Oglethorpe and then commute to downtown. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, well, here's an interesting story. And I don't know how we transition to this, but last week we talked about a man who, I believe it was Walmart, he ran naked into Walmart to steal some socks. Well, this week we have a new story for you. Alleged bra bandits busted.
So we told about the men behaving badly. Now it's the women behaving badly, too.
Yes, and this pair of bra thieves stole thousands of dollars worth of bras from South Florida and are now behind bars.
I think it was Victoria's Secret. One would distract the clerk and the other would... I don't know if there's a market for this.
You go distract him, I'm just going to grab a handful and just walk out the door.
I mean, it would look obvious, I would think, because most of these stores are inside of a mall. So even if you exit, you're still going to be in a shopping area filled with people. So I don't know.
And security cameras should be.
I don't think they usually don't think it through, which is why it ends up arrested online. The story.
You ever pick up one of those busted papers?
Not really, but I've had a few passed around to me before if there's ever been somebody in there that we knew. So.
Well, speaking of wardrobes, we both were fascinated with the royal wedding this past last year. Yeah, and so now the headline says Camilla pulls a Kate. She's taken fashion advice from her stepdaughter-in-law.
I think that's wise of her, especially, I don't know, Camilla's ratings probably aren't as high as Kate's, but I noticed today there was a story where they all three went somewhere and they were all wearing shades of blue, and Kate is known for wearing affordable items. I think today it was a Missoni trench coat.
Like the Target?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's funny though, when she wears something to a promotional photo opportunity, it usually sells out in no time. Like the blue dress that she wore for her engagement photos was sold out. And
that was pretty. And that's what this picture kind of reminds me of. Camilla's dress. We can't show
the navy blue. They wear a lot of navy over there in London. I don't know.
Maybe because it's so drab
dreary,
with the rain. But I really like Kate because of her the work she does with the children's hospitals, and she just seems like a very approachable person.
The part I love about her story, and they were discussing a lot of it during the royal wedding, was the fact that her family kind of started out, doing these event party planning kits, like birthday kits for your kids, and they would sell them online. They were one of the first companies to really embrace that online and built up their business and made millions of dollars, and they were able to afford to send her to the good schools where she eventually met the future King of England. So, I don't know.
It's a cool story.
It's like a rags to riches.
This next story is definitely riches, but what they did to their worker was not a good thing. Wealthy New York woman is facing criminal charges after being accused of keeping an illegal immigrant as an indentured servant and forcing her to live in a closet for nearly 6 years. Now, what is just outrageous to me is that this is present day.
2012.
Yeah, and in New York, in the United States of America.
And the picture of this house is just unreal. I guess it's on Yahoo if they wanted to check it out.
It is. It's on Yahoo News. This is crazy.
6 years in a closet,
In a
too.
closet. Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering what... In a house like that, though, the closet might have been a little bit bigger than what we're thinking, but
Well,
for
that's
6
true.
years, I don't know, I guess maybe they had
Yeah.
gated access.
Well, the house is
To the
located
grounds.
20 miles north of Albany, and New York's minimum wage is $7.25. But I don't think that's what this worker was even being paid, and could not go anywhere. So it's just unreal to think that this kind of thing happens in the United States today.
You never know what you're going to pull up when you look at the newspaper nowadays.
You don't. And I read somewhere that, it was talking about this woman being enslaved. There's a huge issue with human trafficking nowadays. And Atlanta is one of the main hubs for people to transport these victims.
They've started doing more, I guess, PR campaigns on that sort of thing, too, and I've heard some things on the radio about it. But, yeah, have you ever, not that movie is real life, but
Taken?
sometimes it is Taken.
Oh, yes.
It makes you think twice about traveling by yourself.
Especially
or with someone
abroad.
else. Right.
I could not even, I don't feel like I could even breathe that much during that movie. I was just
Well,
so on
I
edge.
think the part that concerned me the most is they got in the car with someone at the airport who was offering to split the cab fare with them. And that might be something that most people would not think twice about, but then they are able to find out where that person is getting dropped off at, and they talk to them on the way about, where do you live, who are you living with, are you just here visiting, do you have plans later tonight, just making small conversation, and then they end up coming back later and abducting them.
It was a very eye-opening movie, but to think that, Atlanta, just a couple hours away from here, could be one of the main hubs where people are.
I wonder if it's because of the interstate system or the airport or
Maybe both.
all the above, yeah.
Maybe both. Interesting. This next story is also kind of interesting. This is out of Green Bay. There was a middle school girl, and she was Native American, and she was reprimanded for saying, "I love you," in her native language. The teacher told her to not say that because she couldn't understand what she was saying, and she was benched for a game for saying that.
So was it during the game that she said that? Or
No, it was during class. She was in class, and that night she was supposed to play at a game, and they kept her out of it.
It's a little interesting, though, that a school setting would reprimand someone for that. And when you think about it, just down the hall, they were probably teaching, French or German or Spanish. So why would you not embrace other cultures? I don't know.
Yeah, because she is Native American, Interesting. Well, I must say that I've had a busy week at work.
You guys have a big event coming
We do.
up.
It's Saturday. It's really it's big. It's a big fundraiser, but I think it's going to go really well. We've worked really hard, and it's Dr. Seuss, the Cat in the Hat themed, and his birthday is actually tomorrow. Dr. Seuss' birthday.
So is that the Read Across America Day tomorrow, or is it today?
I want to say it's tomorrow on
Is
his
it?
birthday. There's a lot happening with Dr. Seuss because the Lorax comes out
Oh, that's right.
tomorrow
In
as well.
3D as well, too.
Yeah. So I don't think that we meant to plan this. It just was coincidence that his
It's good
birthday.
timing,
Yeah,
though.
it's very good timing. So we've been busy with that, and I have just been exhausted. But this article talks about 5 foods that fight fatigue, and I'm like, let me just eat all of them right now because I need a little bit of pep in my step, and oatmeal is one of them.
Oatmeal, that would be good.
Do you eat breakfast?
I do, but it's
It's not oatmeal.
it's Pop-Tart. Yeah, it's not good. Not a good breakfast.
Sometimes I eat oatmeal in the mornings, and yogurt is another food.
I don't like warm breakfast unless it's cold outside. If
Okay,
that makes sense.
okay.
Kind of like eating soup, I guess.
Yeah,
You want it to be
you
a
don't want it in the
chilly
middle of
day.
July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chilly day. Get it?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yogurt's another one, and I'm on a big Greek yogurt kick right now.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my coworker, she likes Greek yogurt. I don't know. I've never really tried it.
It's a different taste, but
The different texture, too?
it's a little bit more creamier, I'd say. It's more
Really?
thick, yeah. But it's good with fruit mixed in it. Spinach is another one.
Spinach is a good way to boost your iron, too.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
So if you needed an alternative to meat,
Yes.
spinach.
Any kind of leafy green vegetable is good. I actually tried to donate blood this week, too. I work at Blood Assurance, and my iron was too low. So
Really?
I need to go get me a big red steak or something and
Or
then try
spinach.
again. I think I'd rather go for the steak.
Okay. And then nuts and seeds. That is true. They have this brand of nuts that's a good energy mix at the store. I don't know what makes it so much better than just regular.
It would be a good snack, I guess, around 2 or 3 o'clock in the office, and you're there until 5, and
Yeah, or
you're starting to
later.
drift off. Yeah,
And I get the munchies at 10 too, 10 o'clock.
Yeah. But I usually have a bowl of cereal then.
Yeah.
I kind of graze. I don't know if that's.
I think that's better for you.
Yeah,
Maybe
I guess
our
it keeps your
nutritionist
metabolism
friend is
going.
watching.
They'll call in.
Because I've always heard if you have 5 little meals.
I usually have breakfast around 8:30 or so. I actually eat on my way to work, and then by 11:30 I'm starving. By 5 o'clock I'm starving, and then I usually have an afternoon snack and then a snack before I go to bed too. So
I've been doing really bad on caffeine.
I actually cut out. I have my Fanta here, but I've cut out tea and Cokes for like 2 weeks now. I'm really surprised. Yeah, I do still have about a half a cup of coffee in the morning, just because if I don't, I get headaches, and I'm not not pleasant to be around if I have a headache. But that, and then going to the gym, and then the last couple of days for lunch I had salad. But today I went to Champy's. Have you ever been there? MLK. It's the best chicken, I think.
I've heard of it,
that. Champy's fried chicken. It's good stuff.
I have to go. You were talking about Read Across America. Tell us a little bit about what that is.
Well, I think it's just in honor of Dr. Seuss. It's, to promote literacy, and, there's a lot of events. I think there was something going on at the mall. A lot of the libraries do, kind of a reading event where you could come in, or they might get like a local news personality to come over and read a book to the kids. My favorite story, though, is one of my coworkers, her daughter was in class, and they were celebrating Read Across America Day, and she actually got to dress up as Dr. Seuss a couple years ago.
Cute.
So.
And Seussical, the musical, has been very popular lately in town.
Oh, really?
There's been several performances.
I do like the, I got a book for graduation when I graduated from high school. It was Oh, the Places You'll Go.
Yes, I did too.
Yes, and it's just, I don't know, good life lessons out of a kid's
Yeah.
book. You could still get those every now and then, so.
Yes. Well, I've been on Pinterest.
Have you?
I have been.
I haven't been as much, but we're trying to.
You're on there now.
I am. I haven't pinned as much as I probably, I guess, should. I don't know what the average pinner does for a day, but I do try to go in there and get ideas. We're kind of redoing a couple rooms in our house.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just to get some ideas.
Are
and
those the
stuff.
pictures that you showed when Jessica Presley was on here?
I'm trying to think.
I think you showed your craft room.
That was last year or so, but they had, we're actually redoing our downstairs now, and they have I saw an idea. They took an old ladder. It looked very antique, very vintage, and they propped it up against a wall and used it to hang their high heels.
Oh.
as a little shoe rack. I thought that was
That
nice.
is cute.
So,
Very cute.
get all kinds of good ideas on Pinterest.
You can.
You found anything interesting on there?
Yeah, sometimes like I'll be kind of stuck in a rut as far as like I feel like I wear the same things, you know.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, let me go on here and see what people have paired different colors wise, and it'll give me some ideas, even if it's just accessorizing different colors or different scarves
That's good to
with
know.
outfits. Yeah, you can go and you can look at outfits or recipes. That's another one.
You know what I would really like to do? I have just odd and end things in my craft room. I would love to just lock myself in there and not, get the urge to go to the craft store to get something new or new supplies, and just see what you can do, especially when you're redecorating a room, what you can use.
Yeah.
Spray paint. I love spray paint. I need to bring it in. I took a picture of it, but I'll have to bring it in sometime. I actually got a mirror in the craft store, in the mirror aisle, and the wooden gadgets or whatever, but it was just a round mirror. It was about that big, and I got some dowel rods, like several, probably 20 to 30 dowel rods, and I spray painted those silver, and then I hot glued them to the back of the mirror, and it looks like one of those mirrors that you see hanging on the wall where it's kind of like the starburst shape. But it actually turned out really good. I need to add a few more rods to it. But it was very simple, and some of those mirrors sell for like $40, $50, $60, and I probably have $10 in
Wow.
this, so.
You're still going to the Habitat store?
I haven't been in a while, but I do love their wooden frames. There's a lot that you can do with the wooden frames, turn them into photo collages. You can actually take out the glass and replace it with mesh, like chicken wire, I guess, and use it as an earring holder too.
That's neat. That's neat. You just strike me as being very organized.
I'm not. I'm not at all. I wish I was. Well, I know where everything is in the mess that I have, but it's not organized.
That's how my desk is at work.
I know where everything's at. It just doesn't look organized at all.
Well, I think we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to come back and talk to Brittany from Boutique for a Week. Well, we're back. Thanks for joining us again, and we have Brittany with us. Hi, Brittany.
Hello.
Good
Brittany,
to see you.
Good to
we
see
all
you
went
too.
to high school together.
Yes.
It's like a mini reunion, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, because last week we had Jessica on,
Yeah.
Yeah, and so this week we have Brittany on from high school. We're representing Ridgeland well.
Yes, yes we are.
So what have you been up to?
Not much. Just getting this consignment event ready, and it's been going really well this week. We have lots of stuff still.
Now tell us how it works, because I'm not very familiar with it.
Okay, pretty much we recommend if they have internet access to go on the internet to our website, which is theboutiquefораweek.com. And we have a children's sale, and then we have an adult and home sale. And you register online, and online it tells you everything that you need to know. It gives you an image of how your tags need to look, which are basically just 3x5 index cards. And you use that and safety pins to tag all your items. But you register on there, and I'll email you back with a consigner number. And you get all your items together, and then you just sit down in front of the TV is what I do. I like to watch Law and Order. So I sit down after the kids are in bed and just tag away. I have everything on hangers, and then I just write out my tags and then safety pin it on there. And then we take drop off for about 3 days. And during those 3 days, you don't have to have an appointment. You just bring your stuff in. And we organize it, we set it up, we provide the venue, and then we advertise. And for the children's sale, we're only open for a week, Saturday to Saturday. And for the adult sale, we're open for 2 weeks. So that gives it a little bit more time for people to come in and buy some of that stuff to get it out of there.
That's actually pretty good. They
Yeah.
do all the legwork, so you just drop it off, and you
Yep.
guys organize it, lay it out, make it pretty.
Yes,
And
yep.
get the customers in there to work.
Exactly. Yeah, we do a lot of advertising, and we organize. Evan, one of my helpers, she gives me a really hard time because she says I label and I relabel. Because if there's bottles, I'm going to figure out a way
So
to make it
you
boys'
are
bottles
an
and girls'
organizer.
bottles. You know, yes. Oh, yeah. I like to organize, and sometimes I drive myself crazy trying to organize. So, but it's really fun. We enjoy it.
And where are you located?
We are at Gateway Mall. A lot of people know it as Gateway Antique Mall. They're on Cloud Springs Road, up right beside Costco. And we're in the back, so you have to, when you come into the mall, you drive around to the back and come in through Oakwood Baptist Church, the main entrance in the back.
Okay.
Yep.
So there'll be signs directing people?
Yeah, we have signs up by the road and all through driving around that says Kids Zone Sale in the back, you know, and then when we have our adult sale, it's called the Grown Zone. So just 2 little fun names, but our parent name is Boutique for a Week.
Okay.
So that's kind of where that comes in at.
How does it work with the clothing? I'm sure you guys probably only get, the best and good quality.
Right. Yeah, we're really pretty picky with it, especially at the adult sale. The kids sale, we're picky in the areas of the cleanliness and no tears and no stains, and making sure all the buttons and zippers work. And at the adult sale, you don't really have to worry about stains as much as you have to worry about outdated items. We'll have people that'll say, "Oh, I have these dresses that I've had, when I was 20 years old." That could get scary. So we're really particular about the style and the quality of all the clothing and shoes. And then, of course, accessories, they really don't go out of style. So at the adult sale, we have shoes and ties and belts and jewelry and just an array of items. And we also really specialize in the home decor. We get a lot of furniture. We get a lot of, wall decor and different wall sconces and candles and all kinds of cool
need to
stuff.
go there.
It's really a good place to find really unique items.
So percentage-wise, I guess, off of normal retail price, what kind of a discount can shoppers expect to find?
We typically say when people ask us, that's their number one question, I don't know how to price any of this. And a good rule of thumb is 1/3 of what you paid for it. And I always tell all of my consigners to keep in mind, how much would you want to pay for it if you were coming in to shop? What would you pay for it? And then the second question is, do you want to bring it back home? Because in my opinion, once I sit down and I tag all those items and I use my gas to bring it over there, I don't want that stuff to come back to my house. I want to get rid of it. So that's what we do.
How does it work after it's been sold? Do they get a certain percentage and you guys get the percentage?
Yes. The consigners get 70% of everything that sells, unless if you volunteer. And volunteering consists of 4 hours anytime during the sale, and then sorting on the last day of the sale. And if you volunteer, you get 75%, and volunteers shop first. So that's kind of a little perk in order to get some volunteers to help us with the organizing and setting up and all that.
You can get first glance.
Yes, you get first dibs on everything. And at the kids' sale, that's a major deal.
Now, the kids sale, something happened with the pictures, but you sent me some pictures, and I'll try to put them on our Facebook page, so if people want to go on there, they can see them.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah. There's some toys.
Yes.
There's some strollers.
Yes.
So it's more than just kids' clothes.
Right.
There's some, looks like little bouncers.
Yes. Yeah, we have a lot of equipment that comes in and goes right back out really quick. That's probably one of our best sellers. And when I say equipment, I'm talking a lot about strollers and car seats, high chairs, swings, exercisers, jumperoos, any kind of equipment that you can imagine that would entertain a child, we have it.
Especially if someone has a child in between stages,
Right,
where they
crawling
don't want to spend
and
a lot of
walking
money.
and right. Yeah. We've had swings in there that retail for probably $175, $180 for $30.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean it's a big deal, and as most people know with children, they don't use it that long. So it's in really good shape. Really good shape.
What kind of brands can people expect to find both at the kids sale and the adult sale?
We are not brand specific, although a lot of our popular brands at the children's sale would be Gap and Polo, Under Armour, Gymboree. We have a lot of Gymboree, Old Navy. Those are probably some of our more popular brands. We also have some boutique brands that we get a lot of, which would be Baby Lulu, Lily Pulitzer, Nardage. We have a ton of boutique brands that come in as well. And then at the adult sale, we get everything that you can think of. You know, we've had Lucky Jeans, Lucky brand clothing, Gap, Polo. I'm trying to think. Tommy Hilfiger.
A little bit of everything.
Oh yeah, but we're not just brands. You know, people say, "Well, what brands do you accept?" We accept everything as long as it is good quality and in style. So, you know, I've had people last season bring a couple of items into the adult sale, and you know, I politely tell them, you know, we're not going to accept this time, you know, and they're like, well, why not? And I politely held it up to the lady and said, would you wear this right now? And she said, well, no. I said, then neither will our shoppers. So, you know, we try to be really nice about the unacceptable items, and we try to forewarn people, you know, that we're not going to accept that kind of things. But if they do bring it, then we're really nice about it and polite and have fun with it.
So in the picture that I will post on Facebook, there looks like there are some very cute dresses, spring dresses,
Yes.
little girls' dresses that probably retail originally for a very pretty penny.
Yeah.
So can you talk a little bit about Easter outfits, ideas
Yes.
like that?
We got a ton of little Easter dresses and little boys' Easter outfits that were just a huge hit. I had one girl that had stood in line. Our first night, we had pre-sales, which was last Friday night, and we had several hundred people in there. Within 3 hours, I think we clocked over 500 people. And one girl had stood in line for quite a while, and she just so happened, as she was standing in line, seeing this little Easter dress. And she had to grab it. It was $5, and it was a smocked Strasbourg Easter dress with little bunnies across the chest. So we get some really nice things, and what I like about it is it's unique. If I go to the mall right now and buy my kids clothes, every other little kid around town is going to be wearing the same thing. If I go to my consignment sale and buy clothes, which I just did and I paid for it today, they're not going to be wearing the same thing that all the other kids are wearing. And you know, that's just me, and I like for my kids to be a little bit different.
Little unique. Now,
Yes.
what about the accessories, like the purses, and what can they expect to find?
At the adult sale, we have had, and we often get a good selection of Brighton and Coach. Cindy Sexton from News Channel 3 had brought us some purses at the fall sale, and they were all really, really nice, and I couldn't even remember to tell you what name they were, but they were name brand, and they were such a good price that, I mean, people bought them. So, but we get Brighton and Dooney and Coach and, you know, all the good brands that we all like.
I'm gonna have to check this sale out. I don't know. So
Excuse me.
Saturday to Saturday is the kids sale.
Yeah,
right?
the kids sale started last Saturday, and we still have tomorrow from 10 to 7, and we still have thousands of items in the store right now that are all in really good shape, really good quality clothing. 10 to 7 tomorrow, and Saturday will be our last day, and it'll be 9 to 4. On Saturday, anything without the X on it is going to be 50% off, and
Wow.
everything is marked before it comes in the door. So if they've been in this week and they kind of seen some stuff, there's nothing new going to be marked. Like, we're not going to go through and mark out what we don't want to go half off. It's already marked. And the consigners all do that. We don't have anything to do with that. And then the adult sale will open on a Saturday, March the 17th. And for the first week, it'll be regular price. And then the second week, it'll be 50% off. And then the very last day, which will be Saturday, March 31st, everything will be, I'm sorry, not everything, but anything without the X on it will be 75% off.
Okay.
Hi, caller. Do you have a question?
Yes, can you tell me where this place is located?
Yes, we are at Gateway Mall on Cloud Springs Road. Right off the interstate, if you're coming from 75 South, it's exit 353. Take a right, go past Costco, and we're the next road on the right.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Drive around to the back of the mall and enter through Oakwood Baptist Church in the back.
So March the 17th is the
St.
the
Patrick's
date.
Day.
Yeah.
Yes, St. Patrick's Day will
The
be
luck
our.
of the Irish.
That's right. That'll be our first day open for our adult and home sale.
Okay, cool. Tell us a little bit about the website again, because that has a lot of good information they can find.
Yes, the website we have, at the main menu, we have consigner information, volunteer information, and on the consigner information, if you scroll over the word consign, another little drop-down menu will come up, and it shows on there how to tag acceptable items. It gives you a picture of it, of what your tag should look like, as well as writes it out for you. It really explains instructions on how to make your tags. You can always email or call. My name and number and email address and everything is on the website. So if you ever have any questions, a lot of times with me it's easier to just call. You know what I mean? And so.
And you have a Facebook page.
We do have a Facebook page, and that is under just the kids sale, which is Kids Zone Sale.
Okay.
But we do both on that page for the grown zone and the kids zone.
Now, you may have done this in years past, but you have sponsors as well.
Yes, we actually just started that this season. We've always had vendors where local vendors would come in and set up a booth for a small fee, and then anything that they sell, they keep 100% of that. We have a girl that does hair bows, and we have a girl that does picture frames, like a hodgepodge type thing. And then there's a 31 consultant, and they can come in and do that. But this year we also started sponsors because we're running out of room for vendors. And I don't want to move locations. I like where we are. It's safe, it's comfortable, and Kids Zone has always been there. So we've started sponsors, and Chick-fil-A is one of our sponsors this year, as well as Macaroni Kid Chattanooga. And I'm hoping to work on that a little bit more once this season's over, because I kind of got a late start to it. But it's really fun, and it's a really neat package that we've put together. So we're excited about that.
And you guys, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Lacey.
best of the best.
Yeah,
I
that's
think,
what
yeah.
I was going to bring up, because you've won a North Georgia's Best of the Best.
Yes, we were not the top winner, but we were one of the finalists. The category was for consignment shop, and we're actually not a consignment shop. We are just an event that's held twice a year, once in the spring and once in the fall. So it was really an honor to still be a finalist. We were really excited about that.
Well, and then it's kind of good because people only get in the mindset of cleaning out their closets every so often. Anyway.
Right.
Now, how did you get started, I guess, with Boutique for a Week? How long have you been doing it?
Well, I got started when I became a consigner myself and a volunteer with another local sale in Chattanooga. My little boy was just a few months old, and we had found out about one in Chattanooga. And my mother-in-law and I started doing that, and it was just so fun. We enjoyed our time together, and we had a really good time volunteering and shopping together and consigning. And, you know, we spent a lot of time tagging our items, and we thought, are we ever going to be done? Because I had so much stuff. But once I got that check, it was so worth it. like we went on vacation with that check. It was really, really, really a good thing. So we were like, this is easy. We can do this. Yes, we can do it, but it's not easy. There's a lot of work. A lot of people are under that misconception that it's easy, and as I was too. But so there was an opportunity that came available in Chattanooga for another local sale, and I took that opportunity and had a really good time with it. And then I had the opportunity to start my own in Calhoun. And so we started one down there. And then the opportunity came up for us to buy Kids Zone sale. So after much prayer and thinking about that, we took the leap and bought Kids Zone.
So do you still have the one in Calhoun?
We don't. We're really sad that we don't still have that one because we love the city of Calhoun and we love the people that were so welcoming and so we were so grateful and we had a really good time. We had a huge turnout. But when I bought this one up here that I felt like was my home and my friends and my community, it was just too much to have both, especially I was driving 55 minutes in a gas hog, might I add, to Calhoun and back every day.
Oh, wow.
So we were talking $30 a day just in gas. So I had
and
to...
now that gas is going up.
Right, and now gas is going up. So with 2 children and a family and school and everything else that my kids are involved in, we just decided it was best that we put a hold on the one in Calhoun for now. But we still have people emailing us every day. I hope y'all are coming back. And several of them have come up to Kids Zone sale this year.
Okay.
And several of them are coming to the Grown Zone as well. So we're excited to see them come up because once they hit the interstate, it's 30 minutes. So we have a good time though with it.
When you're looking through these items, do you ever think, oh, I want to buy that one, oh, I want to buy that one?
Oh yes, when I'm looking through them, I pull quite a bit of things, especially the kids sale, because that's what really interests me are the cute little outfits and the bright colors. And there were some Crocs that came through, the little flip-flop Crocs that came through for my little boy, and I had to pull them immediately because we have such a large, massive amount of stuff that comes in that I'm afraid if I let it go on through the check-in process and it gets put on the shelf, I'm liable not to ever find it again. So
tell us, I bet your kids have all kinds of cute stuff from this.
They do.
But tell us a little bit about them, their ages and...
Connor is 7. He turned 7 in December, and Coley will be 5 at the end of April. And they love the sale. They call it Mommy's Sale, and they cannot wait to go.
Do they get to go shopping?
Yes, they come and shop, and we have to limit their time when they come because they will break the bank really fast. But they have every time they come, they have to pick out a toy, and what can I say? It's just twice a year, so why not? But they love it. They love it.
So I'm sorry, Lacey.
Oh,
you
I
go
was
ahead.
just going to say, this one's going on now. When is your other one in the fall?
In the fall. We will start, we always do the kids sale first, and then we do the Grown Zone after that. We'll probably start drop off the very last weekend in July or the first weekend in August. But the kids sale will be the 1st of August, and then the adult sale will follow.
Good timing with back
to school.
Right.
Yes, yeah. I always like to do the first week of March and then the first week of August. That's kind of what I try to play around with.
You just said toys, and aside from equipment, I was just wondering about what kinds of toys you have.
Oh, we have everything. Any kind of infant toy, toddler toy. Boy, we have babies, we have Barbies, we have Transformers, we have Army Men.
Ball gloves? Do you get any ball gloves?
Oh, we had a ton of baseball stuff. We had baseball belts, we had baseball pants, we had ball gloves, we have a huge selection of cleats. I actually just went through before I came and was reorganizing all of the sports equipment and the sporting goods.
See, I don't think I ever knew that you guys had athletic equipment.
Oh yeah, we have a ton. And at the adult sale, we'll get treadmills and workout equipment and exercise balls. We'll have all that. We've had washer and dryers. We've had refrigerators. We had a big, nice oak office desk at the last sale. I actually bought it. It was $75, and it was so heavy. Like, that's how good it was, that my husband, my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, and myself couldn't even lift it to load it.
Wow, so what did you do?
We had to get some more men. We had to get some more men that could help us. So it was really heavy, really heavy. But we get some really nice stuff. We really do. And we never know what we're going to get. It's just luck of the draw.
That's what makes it interesting, I think.
Yeah, you see
It's
somebody
exciting.
pulling up with a washer and dryer, you never know. Do they need to let you know ahead of time if they're coming with something like that?
Not really. We have on the website that if you're coming with more than 100 items, to let us know, and that way we can ask you to come in on a day that we have a good selection or a good amount of volunteers to help us, put it away and that kind of thing. Or we might schedule you at a time that we think we're not going to be as busy. But that's more so with the kids sale. And the adult sale, the last day of drop-off is always the busiest. We're crazy, we're overwhelmed. We do it for 4 hours on the last day, and we probably have 2 times the amount we do on an 8-hour day because everybody's trying to get everything in at the last minute.
So you're doing more work in less time.
Exactly.
So the space itself, when you go into this sale, how big is it? Can you compare it to anything?
Well, the space that we have that I lease is 10,000 square feet. But in addition to that, when you walk into the entrance of Oakwood, there's a huge hallway. Think about probably not as big as Hamilton Place, entrance going into that, but it's just a really...
Like Northgate? Somewhere like Northgate?
Maybe. I haven't been to Northgate in a while, but it's a really wide hallway that's pretty deep as well. And so we have all of that too, and I'm not sure how many square feet that is. I'm going to guess 2,500 to 3,000. So we've probably easily got 13,000 square feet of space for clothing and shoes and all of this other stuff that we get.
Do you have any couches? I'm curious about
We normally always get a couple of couches. And you never, it's so hard because you never know. Like at the kids' sale, the amount of equipment that we got this season, I've never had at any of my other sales. We've never had that much equipment. And it's like this season was the season everybody said, I'm getting rid of all of my baby equipment. So we had about 56 strollers, probably 35 car seats. I counted, but I don't even remember now. We had probably 25 high chairs. It was like we have those little bumbo seats that you can sit babies in before they can really sit up, and they've got the tray on the front. We had about 20 of those.
Wow.
The most I've ever had is probably 6.
Wow.
So everybody was just really in the mood to get rid of it. And being spring, we've obviously got an early spring this year, so everybody's spring cleaning. You never know what they might get rid of this season.
That's true.
I'm just curious, if you don't mind sharing, what's the largest sum of money that you've written out someone who's consigned with you that you can remember?
Probably about $1,150,
Wow.
about $1,150.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it was $1,146 to be exact.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, considering that's only 70%. Yeah. Yeah, we have people that make a lot of money. I had one girl come in last season, and she's not a rookie consigner by any means. She's definitely a veteran, and she came in to pick up her check and her unsold items, and she just started crying. I'm like, what's wrong with you, Sarah? And she's like, I've never made this much money, ever. And she does multiple sales around the area, and she says, I've never made this much money. So that makes me feel good, because now she can go on vacation with that, or she can pay her power bill or her car payment or whatever she needs to do with that money, after she, gets a whole new wardrobe for her 2 children. So that's what makes me feel good. We have a lot of fun. We meet a lot of new people. We get really close to a lot of people, and then a lot of times twice a year is all we get to see some of these people, and it's like a mini reunion. We have a really good time with it.
So, if they, aside from the money part of it, what other benefits do they get if they consign? You said they get to shop early?
Yep, consigners shop before the public, and let's say they get to shop before the public. They get 70% of everything that they sell. And if they don't want to come back and pick their items up, they don't have to worry about donating those items. We have a couple of different places that we donate to, so they don't have to worry about any of that. They just come and pick up their check, or we can mail their check to them in the mail. So
So, and I'm assuming since the child sale is on now, you're probably not accepting any children's clothes.
Right, yep. We did have a few people drop off, throughout the week that had various reasons as to why they couldn't make it during our designated drop-off days, but as of right now, because we've just got 2 days left, we won't be accepting anything new or any new consigners for this season. But they can always go ahead and go online and register and get a jump start on it. As they clean out their children's winter items, going into the spring, they can go ahead and start tagging that. Get a consignor number and start tagging it before you put it away. And then come July or August, it's done. But we will be accepting consigners for the adult sale. We'll accept those clear up until we start drop off. So they just need to register on the website or give me a call.
Now, how long does tagging take? Because I've heard from various people that tends to be, I guess, the most time consuming.
It is. For the consigner, that is definitely the most time consuming thing because, the only thing else you have to do is drag it all out. As I clean house, I make a pile. I've got a tote, and as I clean house every week, then I just add to that tote. I can't really say how long it takes because it really depends on how much you have. But like I say, after I put the kids in bed or maybe once I drop them off for school in the mornings, I just sit down in front of the TV and watch TV and just write my tags out. And once you get a system going, it's a lot faster. But the first time that you do it, it's going to take more time. It's going to take more time. But like I say, I go ahead and hang all my items and then I write my tags out and flip it, write it out, flip it. And then I go back and safety pin it all.
So you have a system.
Yeah. And it's all about what works best for each person.
Do you ever get slowed down on the pricing process, or do you just kind of know?
No, I just kind of go with it. Yeah. I don't question the pricing any longer because I kind of know what it's going to sell for anyway, and I also know I don't want to bring it back home. Mm-hmm. But you can tell what means more to you than other things. I'll have, especially with a kids sale, I'll have stuff that I'm like, I don't mind to hang on to that for another season.
Excuse me. Need it, yeah.
So you're a small business owner, and there may be a lady out there watching tonight who wants to try something new. Maybe she's afraid, or maybe she just hasn't had the courage or opportunity to do it. What advice would you give to her? Just
go for it. It is if it's something that you're passionate about and you're going to have fun doing it, go for it, because that is what this is all about to me. Is yes, it supplements our income for our home and that kind of thing for me to be able to stay home for the summer and throughout the year with the kids. But I love it. Right now I'm tired, and I'll be even more tired in 2 weeks. I'll be exhausted in 2 weeks. I'll just put it like that. But once it's done and over and the books are closed, within a week I'll be ready to go again. I started working on this particular event December the 26th, the day after Christmas. I didn't go out Christmas shopping, the day after. I started emailing sponsors, and I started getting on the phone and working on my postcards and my advertising materials and updating the website and all that, and I've worked on it solid since then. It just, becomes more and more and more involved as the time gets closer. But I love it, and I enjoy it. I love the people. I love every aspect there is about my consignment event. So I enjoy it, but if it's something that they can be passionate about, I say go for it. Don't hesitate. The longer you wait, you're just wasting your time.
And you have a great group of support, too. You want to talk about that?
Oh, yeah. Not only do I have our volunteers, and most of those are seasoned volunteers. We do gain new volunteers every week, but or every season, but most of the time our volunteers come back every season after season. But in addition to my volunteers, I have my husband's family and a couple of my friends.
I saw the picture of I guess it was your birthday?
Yes, my birthday was Friday, which was our pre-sale for our volunteers.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
So you spent your birthday working.
I did, but it's like I had put on our Facebook page, I spent my birthday doing what I love best with the most awesome people in this world, because they are such a strong support system. But my husband's family has been with me since day one, and his mom and dad and grandparents, and it goes from his grandmother that helps make the food for our volunteers, to his grandfather that makes our racks and our shelving or any odds and ends that we need made. To my mother-in-law actually being there and helping me work it. She opened for me this morning. She's closing for me tonight. So she's there. She keys in all of our cards into the database so that we know how much to pay the consigners, as well as some of my friends. I have one friend, Evan, and she is there every day. I actually gave her the day off today.
Evan, I'm going to fuss at you because you did not come and see us.
That's
tonight.
right. I tried to put her on tonight because I was going to go to a baseball practice, but she wouldn't do it. She went to dance class with her little girl, so she got the day off and enjoyed that, I hope. So, but we have a lot of support, and we have a lot of friends that come in and work their heinies off. They really do give it their all for me. So I'm
That's
really
wonderful.
grateful.
That's
Yes.
Well, tell one more time where they can visit your website and where you're located.
Okay, we're located at Gateway Mall, just off Cloud Springs Road, off the interstate, I-75 exit 353, and our website is theboutiqueforaweek.com.
And you said they could contact you.
They can do email, Facebook, or my phone, which is 423-595-0348.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being on
Thank you
tonight.
for having me. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. And we're taking a little break next week, but we will see you back here on the 15th.